It was a weekend of surprises in the Emirates FA Cup. Across other leagues, there were some, regular results. The teams we expected picked up their wins. And of course, the Madrid derby was closely contested. We are back again on your number one, your champion show, the Fan Tactics podcast. Welcome to the studio. I am here as usual with my regular co-host and with a returning guest of the show, Mr. Des. Mr. Des and Sabubu, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you, my brother.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. The FA Cup came and we saw the usual suspects take their place in the round of round 5 or 6, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Man City had a scare, but experience helped them to sail through.
So, Sabubu, I have a quick question for you. You said the regular suspects. Do you mean Plymouth, Argyle, regular suspects in the FA Cup?
When I mean regular suspects, United won on Friday with an offside goal by Maguire.
Yes.
We all knew that if there was VAR, that goal would have been chunked off and they would have gone through extra time and possibly penalty shootout. On Saturday, Pep had the Champions League playoff in mind.
Yes.
So he went with a not too strong squad. But he made sure that the regulars were on the bench.
But that's pretty crazy for you to say that Man City squad was a not too strong squad for a lower league team.
Well, one thing about the FA Cup is the FA Cup tends to bring up a lot of surprises, especially if the opposing team that are not in the Premiership are playing at home, because it's money for them.
Yeah.
Remember, no more replays. There must be a winner in 90 minutes or added time. And Ortega did what he knew how to do best, allowing the ball into the net.
So, Mr. Des, once again, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
How was your FA Cup weekend?
I know you got me because of that.
No, how was the weekend?
How was? Can we not exchange pleasantries?
You can talk about other matches.
Yeah.
Because I know we are going to puncture some people.
You have been, you started with that,
Why don't I ask, what team did the team for the Merseyside play against?
Yes, sir.
Look, Sabubu, this is not why we are here. Mr. Des, how was your FA Cup weekend? How was your weekend?
Yeah, okay, my weekend was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been having all the accolades.
Yeah.
I've been winning matches. Life is actually a roller coaster. You can't have it all. I'm seeing Premiership.
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Cali Cup final.
Yeah.
So
sorry, sir.
It's the
League Cup.
The League Cup or Carabao. Anyways,
Thank you.
Anyways, whatever it is, from a quadruple, we have now been downgraded to a treble.
We didn't plan to have quadruple. Okay, we are just enjoying.
No. We are just saying the challenge has now been downgraded from a quadruple to a treble, and it's not a problem.
Mr. Des, let me tell you something. Please and please, don't say we are just enjoying it. Because there's a certain team in London that said they were not in the race. And they're now not in the race.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Tell me about
so
it.
Please just say we are in the race and let God keep blessing you.
Yes.
The thing is, you can say something, and not have the action to back it up. I will say
so that's
I will do it.
Oh, thank you very much. Before we begin to dive into the era of banter and violencia, let's look at some other results across the major leagues in Europe. We were discussing about the Madrid derby last time. It was one of the major fixtures that was played out during the weekend. Sabubu, what are your thoughts on that game? Alvarez opened a scoring with a controversial penalty that was awarded, and then Mbappe with an equalizer. So what are your thoughts on that game?
The Madrid derby lived up to its name, in quotes, the Madrid derby. And we saw both teams went at each other. And I told you off camera last week that if Atletico scores first, it's likely Madrid might not win that game. And that was what panned out. They got a penalty and they started chasing the game. Mbappe scored a goal 15 in 20 now, which is a good return for his fees. Yes, he came in for free, but We all know the amount of salaries he's getting,
Very
and
astronomical.
his sponsorship and his marketing rights. It was a good game, and Madrid still sits at the top of La Liga. We saw what Barcelona did at Seville. They scored first, Seville equalized in less than 30 seconds, and they went at them 4-1.
Blew them out of the water.
But Madrid, Barca, and Atletico have been separated by 1 point. You understand? Every other person is pursuing them in La Liga presently. We go to Germany, and we saw Bayern Munich did what they needed to do. We were giving accolades to Borussia Dortmund that the new coach has come in and
increase morale.
Beat them at home 2-1.
Humble them.
Leipzig won, so they've gone fourth in the German Bundesliga. Leverkusen again faltered.
Yeah.
So now it's 8 points gap. And you know, once Bayern Munich are in that position,
it's very hard.
It's difficult to catch them.
I think their next game, which is of course against Bayern Munich, would go a long way to determine how much of the title.
That match will be played in Leverkusen.
So it's going to, it's going to tell us how much of the title defense they are going to put up. But please continue.
Then we saw what happened in Italy. Atlanta are back to their scoring press.
Yeah.
They hit Verona for 5.
And Retegui had 4.
Yeah, and they're back in the top 3. Inter is playing probably Fiorentina on a Monday.
Yeah.
And we know that lightning cannot strike twice.
It can.
It will likely not strike twice.
But
I know
it
why.
can.
It won't. It's not like, let's see, we know the teams that will fall. This is Inter Milan. They've learned their lesson from that humbling by Fiorentina last week.
Yeah.
And if they win that match...
But they've not been really playing well.
Which team is that?
No, he means Inter.
Inter have not been playing well. They are struggling as a team right now.
No, Inter have been playing well. They've been playing well. They've been scoring football. That match last week was, some coaches say, an accident.
So, well, we are going to see how they respond.
Then AS Roma, we saw what Claudio Ranieri is doing.
About Napoli.
No, we're going to get to Napoli.
Okay.
Claudio Ranieri, you can see what he's doing. They are moving on the table gradually. And if they continue at this pace,
trajectory,
there's likely that
they can end up in the European places.
So in the top
at least to be modest, because that title race is crazy. You have Inter, you have Napoli, you have Inter, you have Atalanta, you have AC Milan hanging around the fringes.
As it is, Milan are 5th.
Yeah, of course.
Juventus is 4th.
Juventus.
You understand?
So I'm just saying,
but if you look at
you might not really place them in the Champions League places, but they might get European football.
You know one thing about football? Football is you win 3 matches.
No consistency.
And your opponents don't pick up if your opponents don't pick up 9 matches and 9 points, then we know there's a problem there.
Sure.
Then let's go back to the FA Cup, because we didn't have any Premiership match over the weekend. It was narrow escape for Man City, but as I said earlier, Pep still carried some of his top guns when he traveled. Then the star match for the FA Cup was Brighton versus Chelsea. It's now becoming a norm for Chelsea to score first and either lose the match or draw it. And Maresca has to sit down and ask himself, what do I really want to do with this team? Because right now he has started complaining some funny complaints from left, right, center, but football is football.
Yeah.
You understand? He played the strongest team in that match.
Okay.
Maybe his goalkeeper, I don't know if that goalkeeper is still...
Mr. Des, I just want you to give from a neutral perspective, your take on that match, Chelsea's match against Brighton. Can you really, because like some people said, it has become a pattern. Chelsea probably on the front foot in the first half, in the early stages of the game, and then they begin to tire out, they begin to struggle in the second half, and they collapse. What do you think is the problem? Advise Chelsea fans now what they should do.
Yeah, Chelsea team is not predictable. You can't predict what the outcome of their match will be, because sometimes they will play with beautiful football, and at the end of the day, they will not just get the results. And sometimes too, they'll just fox out a result. So they are not consistent from one point of view. Now,
Sabubu, you are one of the advocates of a certain Senegalese by the name NJ. Now, during the January transfer window, a lot was said about Christopher Nkunku and his lack of game time and, a protracted or a rumored transfer to Bayern and the likes and Manchester United. Nkunku led the line against Brighton. And I don't know, what are your thoughts on his performance?
Nkunku is a player that was highly sorted out by Chelsea. He was among the first transfers they paid for him 6 months before he even came to Stamford Bridge. So you know that he's held in high regard.
Yeah, especially also.
Now, apparently, injuries have not really helped him. And apart from injuries not helping him, he has come back for a while. And there's a way you integrate a player back into a team and give him game time. And Nicholas Jackson has flattered to deceive. So Maresca just feels, let me keep playing him from time to time. You understand? But if I was in Maresca's shoes, I would give Kuku more
a longer run in the
team.
You know
why? Because they bring two different skills to that team. Nicholas Jackson is very good to play a counter-attacking type of football because he's fast. Nkunku knows how to trouble a defense. Nkunku is the kind of player that if he's playing as your top striker and you're a team that creates a lot of goals, you will score a lot of goals.
Now, talking about,
You understand? But presently, I think it's more of confidence. And another thing again, I'm really upset about Chelsea. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I like the way they play, right? Because they create chances. A team that creates chances is fun to watch. A Joao Felix, you allow him go.
They really create chances.
They do a lot.
No, Chelsea creates tons of chances. They create the highest chances.
They create how many goals?
No, it's a conversion. That's where
it's a conversion issue. You understand? If a Chelsea has like a Harry Kane, they'll be top of the Premiership, irrespective of their defensive.
So are you now saying that Nicolas Jackson is not converting the goals?
Of course,
he's not.
Of course, it's not just Felix. It's not just Jackson. Sorry. You had a litany of players who get in good positions
they all rush into the box.
But like you said, you look at that performance and you're wondering because it's not just about the finishing. The pressing was weak. The presence in the box was weak. I think if Nkunku wanted to stake a claim for more playing time, his performance against Brighton was a massive flop in that regard.
But I know that. But after Brighton scored that second goal, it was as if Chelsea said, let this man just end and let's get out of this place. You understand? That push
was lacking.
It was lacking.
I don't know, but a lot has been said about Maresca's second half of the season slump. And Chelsea is looking really clueless as to what their problem is right now. But I don't think they had the worst of it during the weekend because, Brighton is a Premiership team and they were off a resounding drubbing by Nottingham Forest. So you would expect a reaction. Yeah. Now, although a top team that lost out to a lower league team, what's up at Liverpool? What happened at home turf?
The team, the guys that were put to strike in that match for Liverpool.
Yeah.
If they faced another Premiership team, they would have beaten that team. I'm being honest. Because Jota is one of the best strikers Liverpool has had in the world after Salah.
Yeah.
He knows how to come in, take the balls. Diaz led the line. Chiesa, yes, we know that he is trying to get into the team. The coach made 10 changes and left the superstars in Liverpool. So when the Chiefs were down, who could he bring into the match? And those guys scored a goal and just managed the match. And I was wondering, Liverpool had chances. They had chances in that match. Now he knows how the FA Cup is. He's a new coach. He has learned from it. Next season, he won't do this mistake again.
So, Mr. Des, as a Liverpool fan, now give us your take on that fixture. You were chasing a quadruple before Sunday, and now it's a treble. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's worth sacrificing the FA Cup just to get your other goals, which include the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, the League Cup in which you're in the final, and of course the Premier League?
I actually love FA Cup. I love the cup, and then I wanted the the coach to actually do more, invest most of those players into the match. But if you look at the lineup, we do not really have a bad one. Aside the two young boys that were
I
introduced.
think that's Treyoni and what's the right back?
That's John Johnson.
That's why.
Mark something
Yes,
like that. Yeah.
that's why when I was saying that, you see that team that played.
But they beat Chelsea in the final last year. So this late this climb out.
See, the team that played that match yesterday, we beat some Premiership teams.
We have senior players on the pitch. They did just
Rendo was his starting player.
The ones you mentioned, Jota, Diaz was there. We have the back. We have Queza. We have all the players. In fact, this old guy, the longest serving Liverpool player, was on the pitch.
Joe Gomez.
Tsimikas was there.
Yes, of course.
It was only those two and keeper now. The one that
one of the best.
One of the best second
backup keepers.
So
one of the best goalkeepers in the country.
You expected a lot from that team, but it did not turn up.
So are you disappointed, or are you going to say, okay, we are moving on?
For me, I am disappointed with the results. Okay, I wanted a lot from the team. Okay, but if I should look at it, we can't expect the full. We are going to be playing three days off games now. After 3 days, we're gonna play that match. We always play on Wednesday with Everton.
Yes.
After that, we're playing that game. So we have a lot of fixtures in front of us, and we cannot be feeding the regular level men to be playing every time.
All right.
So we just needed a change and see what the hardcore will be. But unfortunately, we didn't get it. But I'm okay. We still have a lot of things. Cups. We still have. We are still there.
The last match for Sunday was Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur, where a Man U reject came in and they said he made a lot of impact than I don't know, Man U fans. Well, your story is for another day.
No, really, from what we saw from Rashford, it was something that reminded us of the season where he came into prominence.
Yeah.
But Man U fans, do not be upset. Like Jadon Sancho said, freedom. It might be the same for Manchester. Maybe he has freed Manchester from the shackles of Marcus Rashford. Let's go for a short break. When we come back, we are going to be giving you more of the insights of your number one podcast.
Investors, welcome back. This week is where you're going to make a lot of money or you're going to get broke. The Champions League playoffs are here, where the teams that finish from 9th to 24th will struggle for a place in the round of 16. Now, I don't know how they did the draws. UEFA made us believe that two teams on the same continent cannot face each other. But what I'm seeing here, our favorite team is playing their first leg at home
against their neighbors.
Yes, so it's going to be Brest FC versus Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus versus PSV Eindhoven, Manchester City versus Real Madrid.
That's the cream de la cream.
Then Sporting CP versus Borussia Dortmund. Now, this is one of the greatest investors in investors history.
Yeah.
Brest PSG. Quick one. First leg.
First and foremost, which team are you supporting? Brest or PSG?
I think I love Brest.
You love Brest?
Yeah.
So,
all right. You are my guy. Yeah.
So,
Brest is a good team.
So, what do you think? Who will win the first leg?
I see both teams as well.
Okay. I look at a PSG win or draw. I don't know about
those guys are in top form.
Who?
A player like Dembele. PSG.
I thought Brest.
No. Brest is always on form. Brest is always on form. But PSG have risen to prominence and they have shown that they know how to maneuver, to handle teams like Brest and still come out on top.
But do you think they do well in Champions League?
Who's that?
PSG.
Well,
they just beat Man City.
Man City
a few weeks ago. Well, Brest are going to test them.
Just let's see what
there to watch.
Juventus, PSV. I look at Juventus straight win. What about you?
I see more goals.
What about you?
I see goals. I don't trust Juventus.
I'm looking at the draw for this leg.
I look at Juventus straight win. because I'll tell you why. Juventus are a team that they don't concede a lot naturally.
But PSG score a
they
lot.
score a lot.
Yeah, but
That's where you
now
should
we don't know the mindset the Dutch team will take to each.
Take to it.
they don't respect anybody. They
And,
like to attack.
and-
They want Liverpool forgotten.
wait now,
Yeah.
they won Liverpool. They had to win that match to qualify for the.
Yes.
if Liverpool needed that match,
You know,
They would have-
until you put a level and level.
Anyway, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm looking more at maybe a Juve win or draw
Then
just to be safe.
Man City versus Real Madrid.
Wow. I'm going with a City win.
I'm looking at
The City win or draw.
I'm looking at
But I'm
City
going
win or
with
draw.
City win.
I see a Real Madrid match.
The Real
Then
Madrid.
Sporting CP versus Borussia
I
Dortmund.
think we just skimmed over that a little bit. I would like to get so the investors will know why they are going with what they are going with.
Okay.
Sabubu, first and foremost from you, why do you think is a Man City win?
No,
just a quick one.
I said City win or draw.
City win or draw? Why?
Okay, I'll tell you why. Now we're going to see the best of City, because going to San Diego Bernabeu for the return leg is not going to be easy at all. So they will try as much as possible not to lose that match.
Highly motivated then.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Haaland has been rested. You understand? And he wants to prove a point.
All right.
Manchester and Real Madrid is Real Madrid.
Oh.
You cannot take it away from them.
Yeah.
Once they hear that Champions League anthem, their brain is like they will reboot them.
All right.
Mhm.
So that's Sabubu's take. Why do you think Real Madrid would overcome Man City?
That last one. When it comes to Champions League, can't take it away from Real Madrid.
Okay.
And then you know how Man City is. They are not consistent.
All right.
They are not strong. And when they lose one focus, you can concede to goals. So I really don't trust them.
Sporting
Now,
CP and Borussia Dortmund.
forensically, I looked at Sabubu. Sorry to cut you.
Mm.
I looked at the Madrid defense against Atletico, and I can tell you categorically that Haaland will be looking forward to facing them. Please go ahead.
Yeah, let's see that.
Then we have the last FA Cup match for the round. Leicester City versus Nottingham Forest. We all know what will happen in that match.
Esther Gublish.
Then on the Wednesday playoff fixtures, we have Club Brugge versus Atlanta, AS Monaco versus Benfica, Celtic versus Bayern Munich, and Feyenoord versus AC Milan.
So Club Brugge will be hosting Atlanta and welcoming back one of their former young stars in the Ketaler. But I still see Atlanta having enough firepower to overcome
I
them.
see both teams scoring.
Yeah, both in but
Atlanta are always very open on when they attack. So it's likely, but I see Atlanta getting a win or at
AS
least a draw.
Monaco versus Benfica.
That's a tricky one.
What do you say in that match?
That's remarkable.
Yes, Monaco.
So
at
AS Monaco.
Monaco.
I look at both teams to score because Benfica score anyway.
A lot, yes. That's a safe one. That's a safe one.
Monaco might win the match, but Benfica will score.
It's course, yeah. Right.
Then Celtic Bayern Munich. I don't see how. The only way Celtic can win this match is they have to sit down and watch the way Feyenoord beat Bayern Munich. If they play like that, fine.
Unfortunately,
But if they come out to play Bayern Munich will roast them.
unfortunately, I don't think there's anything they will watch that will rescue them from what is going to happen. They just have to mitigate the damage. That's all I
so
can
it's Bayern
say.
Munich straight away for
So
you.
I go with the Bayern Munich.
What about Feyenoord AC Milan?
Feyenoord will also be welcoming back their star striker Santiago Jimenez, who they sold to AC Milan in the Champions League. They have been a very exciting and tricky team. But I think AC Milan will get a win or a draw. Worst case scenario, a draw.
Then, apart from the playoffs, we have a rescheduled Premiership match between Everton and Liverpool. You are the only person that will allow to talk on that match. In 1 minute, tell us what you think about that match.
It's a derby match.
Okay?
And we all know that Liverpool, we are going to try our best to get the 3 points. And with the Arsenal that Liverpool has.
So with the Arsenal, your Liverpool.
So are you saying it's a straight way for Liverpool win or draw?
Yeah, if Liverpool stay focused.
If Liverpool stay focused. So it's conditional.
It's conditional. It's a derby match.
Yeah,
so
I said something about the fixture prior to it being rescheduled. I said that Liverpool were due for a loss when they were about to face Everton because You know, it's one of those.
They were not playing well that
Yeah,
period.
they were not really excited. They were just getting.
Immediately, she shut that match.
Everton picked up. Even same
Both
Everton
teams
picked up.
picked up immediately.
Yeah,
They shut that
and now
match.
Moyes is back. He's orchestrating some, some funny wins.
If it's Moyes,
So it's going to be a really, really tight fixture.
if it's Moyes, I always have my win against that man.
You always have your win.
I always
against
have my
Moyes.
win to
Okay,
win.
fine.
Well, we are going to be there.
Fine. Well,
I
as for
always have my
me,
win.
I give it a Liverpool win or draw. Remember last week I told you that 9 points is difficult to crawl back because you need them to win, lose 3 times or lose twice and draw twice. If Liverpool wins that match, then it's only a catastrophic collapse that will give any
That'll
other
make
team.
them surrender the title.
You understand? Europa League has their own playoff. Some selectors fixtures I'm going to give of top teams. AZ Alkmaar versus Galatasaray, FC Porto versus AS Roma,
Fenerbahce and
Anderlecht,
I like those things.
FC Midtjylland versus Real Sociedad, Union Saint Gilles versus Ajax, FC Twente versus Bodigland, and then POK FC versus FCSB. Well, investors, let me advise you more about these matches that we've called out. Trust me, a lot of them will be over 1.5.
Yeah,
It's left for you guys.
I have that thought.
Over 1.5,
Yeah.
a lot. Or if you have the
You can
money,
actually play it all too.
if you have the money, you can play under 4.5 and hope for the best.
Yeah, I think 1.5 is safer.
Senior investors of Nigeria, we salute you.
Then we are back for the weekend fixtures, and we have the repeat of the FA Cup round 5. Is Brighton Chelsea again at the Amex?
Brighton, sure.
You are the only one that's going to ask the question.
They might likely mix them up again.
You sure about that?
I can't say I'm sure, but certainly Chelsea are not looking like it recently. And like I said, you can't put a finger on what is going wrong.
Okay.
The defense looks disjointed. Maresca is trying to get in players one after the other, trying to see if they fit the Levi Kovics, the Tosins, the Chalobahs, and he's just trying to combine anything that might work, but he's still looking as disjointed as ever. The attack is not scoring goals. Sancho has dropped off massively. I will even say he has fallen off. Cole Palmer, he's doing his best, but there's so much you can do on your own to carry a team on your back for such a young player.
So are you now saying you don't believe Chelsea can beat Brighton on Friday night?
I don't believe they can beat Brighton.
I look at the Brighton win or draw. Then we go to Saturday fixtures. A particular team in the red half of London that went to go and rest in Dubai, they'll be back, but they're traveling to Leicester. It's Leicester Arsenal, Villa Ipswich, Fulham Nottingham Forest, Manchester City Newcastle. I can't wait to watch that match. Southampton Bournemouth, West Ham Brentford, and Crystal Palace Everton.
Very, very exciting fixtures.
Yeah.
Leicester Arsenal, I'll say it's straight win for Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Aston Villa Ipswich,
Aston Villa Ipswich, a straight win for Villa.
Fulham Nottingham Forest.
Fulham Nottingham Forest, that's going to be a tricky one.
Both teams to score.
Yes, both teams to score. Fulham win or draw.
Over
For me.
1.5. City Newcastle.
Wow, what a fixture.
City nightmare.
Now,
I'm telling you the truth.
now, actually,
Newcastle
if Chelsea were wise,
And it's not really massive.
they would-
You Liverpool too.
they would have taken an opportunity.
Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle. Have
Anybody,
Anybody.
No, not Bournemouth. And not
Stop it. And how would they be like, how are you doing like this? So, but what I'm saying is this is a fixture that, the likes of Chelsea would have enjoyed, and Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
You have two teams that are clawing at the
So you
fringes
just-
of the top 4. Aston Villa is playing Ipswich, which might be a tricky fixture for them
Same with
because
Fulham. Fulham are very
you
good at
get
home.
so
Fulham
now
versus
you have
Nottingham
an
Forest.
opportunity
To climb the
into the top
Then
4
you-
and
Then
consolidate
you
your
now lose
position.
on the Friday night.
They will now go and just open the team. Wow. Chelsea, you should help yourself. Help yourself.
Okay, you know
Now,
what?
this is a club in crisis, but nobody is talking about it. Let's carry on.
Well, Man City versus Newcastle. If City were not playing that playoff,
Yeah.
I would have said a City straight win. To be honest with you, but right now City need that Champions League.
So they will be exhausted from their exertions.
I look at a City win or draw. I can't say City straight away.
I'm going to tell you categorically,
They
the struggling Man City
You don't think they
might beat
So they are-
Madrid,
they are not-
but they can't.
Yeah,
They are
so
not- they are not
you don't forget about the past. We all see City as a team that can just get it all right. It's not always like that. Look at the past; they have been coming, although they have been having good games. Okay, they struggle to win matches and all that, but meeting a Newcastle team that is well
With Alexander Isak.
As I said, invest wisely. We're going to go to in Spain, Atletico Celta Vigo. We know what Atletico can do.
Yeah,
Then we go
Osasuna,
to
Real Madrid.
yeah, we go to
Osasuna are playing Real Madrid too on Saturday.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
And Villarreal Valencia, another exciting fixture.
I look at Real Madrid win or draw.
I think so too.
Then we go to Germany. We have the top of the table clash: Bayern Leverkusen versus Bayern
Bayern
Munich.
Munich.
And Leverkusen has to win that match to see how they stake in the
and they are gonna.
Bundesliga.
And I feel they will win that match.
I feel they will win the match. You know why?
I would have feel
Because
that match.
Bayern are playing
Also exerting themselves during midweek.
and it's an 8-point gap, so
Yeah.
they can easily let
They
3
can-
points go and say, okay, we still have 5 points to consolidate.
I don't care how many points they could let go or not. Bayern themselves are not that solid anymore.
Yes.
They are not that solid. They concede a lot of goals. Kim Min-jae and Upamecano, they are not powering the defense like
Like the way they
Meccano.
used to do.
Yes. So with Leverkusen's attack, I think they are going to. It's a win or draw for them.
And they are very strong.
Yeah.
That team is very strong.
Then for Italy, Atlanta play Cagliari, Lazio will take on Napoli,
Napoli.
AC Milan, Hellas Verona.
Lazio versus Napoli, another exciting
They win
fixture
for-
to watch out for.
Yeah, I look at that match is going to be tough. I look at both teams to score, but I can't really say who will win the match.
AC Milan versus Verona.
Straight away for AC Milan.
All right. Santiago Jimenez has arrived. He scored a goal on his, he gave an assist in his first appearance, and the next match he came up with a wonderful goal. So that will be exciting because AC Milan have lacked a focal point in attack. And now that they have that guy, very dangerous guy, they'll probably be picking up more
Then we go
points
to
in Serie
Sunday
A.
fixtures. We have 2 key fixtures in the Premiership on Sunday.
Yeah,
Liverpool versus Wolves
yeah.
and Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United.
Liverpool versus Wolves. I don't see the Wolves picking apart the guys that are working alone or
Yeah,
never working
Liverpool
alone.
will win that match.
I
can
think
say
they will.
but the issue I have is this is the worst time to play relegation bound teams. They have nothing to lose.
But some
That's why they
some,
will lose.
some teams know how to play some players.
See, my biggest fear for the big teams are the smaller teams are trying to stay in the Premiership
Yeah.
and their tackles.
And then I think we
Well,
should,
that's not my problem.
Hello, please let me
If they are
let me
injured,
say
that's not my
something.
problem.
I think we should look at the outcome of Everton Liverpool. Let's see what will come out from that match. Then
the morale and the posture.
Yes.
Manchester United.
These are two calamitous teams.
I was actually here the last time I was here. I think I predicted a match between the two.
Oh, wonderful.
Tottenham Man U.
So, what was your take? And are you going to repeat your prophecy or your prediction?
It's a repeat.
It's a repeat.
Yes.
So, what? Please speak to the Man United fans. Tell them, what are you saying?
I look at the
Speak
Tottenham
to
win
them.
as well.
Speak to them.
I see a straight win for Tottenham. It's
Manchester
straight win.
United.
Man U
How have the
United.
mighty fallen?
They are not. They are toothless.
Hi.
They are not ready.
Now, let me shock all of you. Manchester United win or draw against Tottenham. Ask me why.
Okay, please tell us.
That beautiful high line that Andy used to play will be there.
But you know the irony about it, he didn't play it yesterday against Aston Villa.
No, you should go and play it now.
He forgot.
You should go and play it.
He said he forgot
You
because
should go and play
they
it.
would have roasted him in that match
But
yesterday.
like I'm
man.
saying, he's going to, because you feel like Manchester United are like, a sleeping dog. You kick them.
If there's anything about Manchester United people don't know, they have speed.
What?
That team
On
has
the
speed.
counter attack.
If they counter attack you 3 times, they get it right.
But-
There's nothing
you-
about it.
you know that about celebration.
Just a goal against Man U. Once you score a goal against them,
No problem.
Really?
You are going to see
Focus.
Ahmad. You know that Ahmad celebration
Then
will be there.
in the Serie A,
Alright.
Fiorentina will play Como, Parma, AS Roma, and Juventus Inter. Star match for the week.
what is Como doing? Como is they're actually playing good.
SS Fabregas is doing what
He needs to do.
his brand image. A beautiful, elegant midfielder. now retired, coaching his team elegantly. But let's see if they can stay in the Serie A, which would be a big ask for them. I don't see them overcoming Fiorentina, but they could spring a surprise. They have sprung one or two.
Then we have a Monday night fixture, which is Barcelona versus Real Vallecano.
Juventus Inter, nobody said anything about that.
I said it. I said star fixture. Juventus versus Inter Milan.
Give the investors the
Juventus are home. That match to me is under 4.
Under 4.
I have my reasons why. That match my N10 is my N11. It's my N00.
I think so. I would go out on a limb if I were very courageous to say it's a draw, because Juventus will prioritize solidifying at the back over anything else.
You know why I'm not looking at the draw?
Yeah, but again, Randa Kolomwani has brought excitement and a new dimension.
In 3 months or so.
A new dimension to that attack. So you could also see them scoring. So
because Inter has more leverage to win this Serie A than Juventus, right?
Yeah.
And if they beat Fiorentina this week, they'll be 1 point behind
the leaders,
behind Napoli.
Yeah.
And Napoli is going away to Lazio, who are trying to get into the top 4.
Yeah.
And they're not guaranteed of the 3 points in that match, except you do something extraordinary, because Lazio are playing very well.
Very well indeed.
The luck Napoli has this season is they're not playing in Europe, any form of football.
Yeah.
They're out of the Coppa Italia, so it's just strictly
hammering on the league. Yeah.
Serie A. So let's see how that goes.
Exciting.
The weekend has been awesome.
So before you divert again,
okay,
please tell Barcelona people what's happening at Rayo Vallecano.
Barcelona won yesterday night, and we saw that attacking football against Seville.
Even though Fermin went to collect fermented.
It was 4-1, right?
Yes, 4-1.
And I do not see Real Vallecano winning that match. I'm saying it.
So Barcelona's malice is over. That they are small, win some games, go lose against some small teams. You think it's over now?
It's
they are gaining grounds.
As it is now, we are the business end of the season. February is less than 2 weeks. It's gone by March now. You will now see teams that really want to win the league. Those are looking for top 4. Those are relegation candidates. Those are want to consolidate that. Let me just remain in the league. I don't get where they go. You understand? That is what's going to happen. So there are a lot of matches to watch, a lot of games to invest in, if that's the word to use. We want to thank you for our subscriber base on YouTube. We can see the growth, we can see the comments, we can see the likes. Thanks a lot, we appreciate. Same with Facebook. Facebook is awesome. In fact, the growth on Facebook is shocking to the fantastic crew, and we really appreciate you guys. We want you to continue to follow us on Facebook and subscribe, share with friends, and continue to advise us, because we need it more than ever.
Mr. Des, please say something to the viewers of the Fantastics podcast before we check out.
Yeah, my special congratulations to you guys first, because you guys have brought me here again. You know, the matter was not too much, but I survived this day.
As the owner of Liverpool,
yes, we have to respect you, because we are looking forward to shooting one episode at Anfield. So let's not come and offend the owner of the club. We surpassed 500 subscribers on YouTube, which was amazing to us. We are now at 700 or about. We also recorded our highest views on Facebook this past episode. Want to say we appreciate you. Please do not forget, like the post, comment on the post, share the post. If you love it, let others also have an opportunity to enjoy it. We appreciate you. And until we come back again next week with more and better, please stay blessed and take care of yourself.